This is Irontrader, and this is midday trading. Okay, we're going to take a look and see what natural gas is doing, what crude oil is doing, and then we have a couple more here. We're going to look at Bitcoin today and Tesla. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell a stock, commodity, ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, here we have natty gas, your daily and your weekly chart. Now, really, it's not doing a whole lot there today. Now I trade the UNG, the ETF. The low on that was 1660, and today the high was 1681. So you had a 20-cent spread. I got 10 cents so far, but the action isn't really anything to write home about. Okay, so let's just take a look at the old charts. Well, today we had a high of 2.34. Your resistance level was 2.35. So you're sitting right there. And now we have a low here of 2.26, which lines up very, very nice here with this 2.26. Okay, so we're holding that nice key level. Now, again, if that is lost, what you want to do is just look to the top of this candle. You're looking at 2.23. And then we'll look to the bottom of this candle. You're looking at that 2.16, where this 8 day is sitting at 2.16. So if we just take the top of this candle, go right across, that is your big support levels right there, okay? But there is this one right here in between, that 2.23, but right now we're holding that 2.26, so that's always very, very good, okay? That's very, very positive so far. We have a topping tail, but we got to see how this is all going to shake out, or is it going to end up like this situation? Now, even if this sells all the way down here to this 8 SMA, that's still no big deal, as long as you hold it on a closing basis. If we lose that 8 SMA, well, then the next level here you're going to be is looking at 207, and then we're going to come right down here to this 205 level. And then we'll come over here. You have 2 flat. We have a 1.97, and then we're going to come right over here to your 1.92, your 21-day right there, okay? So, but again, I always like to show you where it could possibly go, but realistically right now, as long as we hold this 2.16 level here on a closing basis, you're doing very, very good. So always keep your eye on that 8 simple moving average. Okay, now on the upside, well, you had this 2.35, and we look to the left here. You have 2.38, but this is the target that we're looking for, is going to be that 2.42. If we can get just above that, then we have right here, you have your 2.46, your 200-day, and then we have your 50-day just above that at 2.58. Right now, this is looking very, very good here because look at, you're holding your 21-day. So far, it has to close above that for today. Very, very key. And now look at your 8-day. See how nicely that's rolling right on up here? Now you're sitting all the way here at 1.88. Now, we get that 8-day to cross that 21-day. It'll push that price up right to that 50-day. Very, very easy. So when you look at this chart here, you can see how we just had a nice breakout, okay? So what it did on this contract roll here, it popped up, and then it ran up, but eventually it filled that gap. But you notice on this contract roll, when we went to the June, that we went sideways, and you were holding that nice bottom level right here, okay? That was at 1.90. Very, very key. That's the same way as the key is on this level, this 2.16. As long as you hold that, then you can have a good shot at ripping up higher, okay? So that's what we need to hold right there. But now we're up here on this level here, so just watch this 8 SMA on the downside, 2.16. Then watch today's high. Just look at 2.35. If you get above that, you're looking at 2.38, looking at 2.42. Then you have your 200-day, and then we have our 50-day. Very, very nicely targets on the upside. Eventually, you're going to get there. Now, your RSI here, we just about hit that 70 mark. So we're coming off a little bit here, but that doesn't mean you can't chop around. Your green is still above your red on your MACD. That shows bullishness there to the upside. Same with the MACD on the weekly. That's all looking very, very good. We'll see how this is all going to shake out, but there's really not giving you a whole lot there today as far as the old trading. Okay, let's take a look here at crude oil. Okay, here we have crude oil, your daily and your weekly chart. Now, when we look at this, what we had here, we had this nice bottoming tail candle going on, just like we had here, over there, and right here, okay? Then we had a nice rally up. But we have that such a strong resistance up here that I always tell you, you're not going to get through this the first time. So when we look at today's high, okay, today's high was 79.96. But I say always look to the left of the chart. What we have here, you have 79.90. So you came with, you went up there over 6 cents. That was your resistance, and that was your double top situation. I said if you can get above that, then you have your 14. That's the level we're looking for. And then we're looking for, if we go to that trade, that next level between your 200-day and your 50-day, we're going to come into that 21 at 81.61. And then we have your 50-day here at 81.86. But right now, it sold right off, and we lost this key 8 simple moving average here so far. But again, the day's not over. So now what we have to do is we want to look at the downside first. So this is what your really key level is at 78.36, which lines up very, very nice here. Your 78.29. Okay, so just watch that level. That 78.36 is lost on a closing basis. Then what we do is we look to the next level, 78.29 right there. And then we'll just follow the candles down. Okay, so you have 77.91, you have 77.55, and then your big retest down here at 76.89. Okay, very, very thing. But always watch these candles. Always look for patterns. See this double top situation there? See that? See this head and shoulders, head, left shoulders, right shoulders. Look for patterns within the patterns, okay? Especially when we have this close and then you have the 200-day right above it, okay? Very, very key. So now we have to look at your resistance level. Well, first of all, you want to look at this 8 SMA. Now this is going to become resistance here if we can't hold it, okay? So close above it, I should say, at the end of the day. So you're looking at 78.81, and we have this 50-day right above it at 78.95. That's going to become strong resistance, okay, on the way up. Now, next then, what we do is we just follow the candles up, okay? So you have 79.17, you have 79.27, you have 79.80, and then we look at today's high at 79.86. But realistically, 80.14. That's the key. So right now, what you're doing is you're trading between the 100-day, and the 200-day, okay? So obviously, it couldn't break above that to go to the next level. Let's see if it breaks down here between below this 100-day and comes down to this level here at that 76.89, okay? Now, again, I just want to point out, though, in case that 76.89 is lost, then what we do, we just follow the candles over. Your next level is going to be 76.32, and then we'll have right here, you have 75.84. We'll come right down to this candle, 75.52, and then we have 75.24. That's your level. Right here, where we have indecision candle going on the weekly. But again, we got all afternoon here to see how she's all going to shake out, okay? So that's what we're going to be looking for. Now, here on your RSI, well, this looks like it's going to want to retest that level. Your MACD, your green still below your red. That's not looking pretty. This here, green below, it looks like it wants to go below. That's not pretty. This is what happens. And then this is what happens, okay? So let's just see how this is all going to shake out here. But this was a nice buying opportunity when you see that candle, and then you could have held it for a nice 3 days and dump a mundo right into that level, okay? Because this is a brick wall when you start getting above that 80.14. It's not going to just go there unless you have some kind of a massive catalyst, okay? All of a sudden a war breaks out or a bunch of oil fields blow up, then yes, you can blast above. But it's just on everyday situation and news, it's not going to break above that 200 that easy. So let's just see what we have here. Basically, we have sideways action. Nice, good trading range right between the Hondo and 200. Okay, let's take a look here now at Bitcoin. Okay, here we have Bitcoin. Now, before we get into it, they settled that on FTX. So if anybody's listening to this and they had money with FTX with this Bankman-Fried slash Flim-Flam man, if they had anybody with that, you should be getting some of your money back, okay? The problem is with this, and a lot of people are complaining, very, very simply is because what it is they have $12 billion in there, okay? Minus what the attorneys are going to take, minus what the government's going to take. And then what the big problem is when FTX, they filed bankruptcy, that was 2022. Okay, so you always have to look at that time frame. So what everybody's saying is, well, wait a minute here. You know, Bitcoin here is at 61,000. That's where we want your money. But you're going to get your money plus interest, but you're going to get 2022 money, which basically 2022, okay, you're sitting there at, I think it was about 17,000. That's the problem. But you're getting 17,000, plus your interest. You're not getting the 61,000 plus your interest. So always remember that, make who you're dealing with. Now, I watched a little bit of video on this Bankman-Fried guy, and I tell you what, I've seen so many red flags. It was like a 2-3 minute video. This was years ago. And I see a guy in his shorts and t-shirt, okay, who's established in the Bahamas. That is the first red flag, just to turn and run. Then when I listened to this video, I looked, the first 30 seconds, I said, man, who in the right mind would invest 10 cents with this guy? I mean, this is absolute flim-flam. You could see that this is going to be another Madoff. You could see it right away. I don't understand this. And you get guys like Tom Brady. You didn't get advice that says, hey, man, stay away from this. I just don't get no. Freed got 25 years. My opinion, I think he got off easy. He should have got life, just like Madoff. I mean, you're fooling around with people's monies and people's lives. That's not the right thing to do. They should set an example with this guy, okay? That's what they should have done. If you want to have people manage your money for you, go to someone who's credible, who's been over decades, okay? Somebody like Schwab or Bank of America, Citibank, Wells Fargo, Bank of America. Every one of these have money managers, okay, that can manage your money here. Never get it to some guy who's established in the Bahamas, okay? Now, money managers, they really shoot for a car. They're really indexed, to the S&P, okay? So really they like to make for you like 6 to 10% a year on your money, which is good to say, hey, I got a job, I want to make that money. But again, if you're a trader, okay, like me, what you want to do is learn the charts. That's 6 to 10%. You can do that in a week. You know what I mean? I don't need to wait a whole year for that. You know what I mean? So, all depends on what your agenda is, but I just want to lay out all the options. When you see a guy in shorts and a t-shirt in the Bahamas, that's the first red flag. Turn and just run. Okay, just run. Don't even walk. Just run, man. When I listened to that video, I just couldn't believe it. So anyway, okay, that's a long enough rant right there. All right, so okay, let's take a look at the stock here. Now, here we have Bitcoin. Now you can see here what we had is you had 74,400 roughly, and then we double topped right there. Okay, and you can see where we put in that lower low right there at 73,380. And then we put in another lower low here at 71,08. You never really want to see that, okay? Because you never want to see that series of high, lower high, lower high, and then lower high. You just don't want to see that when you see on a chart, okay? So now you have everything that rolled over here, your 8-day, your 21-day. So let's just look at the downside here first. So obviously you want to look at today's low. You're looking at 64.75. Now again, we'll come over to the top of this candle. You're looking at 60,070. Then we look to the bottom there. You're looking at 59,265. And then we can come all the way down here to this 56,910. Okay, very, very easily. Now, right below it, we have this 100 estimate at 56,182. But really, also you're looking at here is this 21-day at 56,061. Okay, that's very, very key. Now, see this 8 SMA? See how this rolled over? See how that price action is? Okay, that's why I always say when you put on your charts, put that 8 SMA here, because this is exactly how it works. You can fighting it the whole way, okay, situation. Now, again, even like on a daily, you break through that 8 SMA. Where did it go? Right into that 21-day, okay? So where did it go here? It stopped. Did you get higher? Yes, but where did it close? Where did it close? Where did it close, okay? That's the key, is why you want to use the 8 to 21-day and the 50-day. So realistically, if this does sell down, you want to watch over here. This is always a key. Look to the left of your chart. So watch this key level here. This is 59,705. That's going to be very, very crucial. And then another big target here is at 56,910. And then we have your 100-day below that, and you have your 21-day. Now, again, if this does say you lost all of this, then what you do is you want to go all the way here to the left of this. And say, look at this candle. Look at the high, 53,145. Because as this ran up here, then you left, and that was the breakout. So always watch the top of that candle, 53,145. It keeps on selling right here. Do the same thing right there, okay? 49,435. Because as it ran up and then it came all the way down here, this is when they issued all those ETFs, okay? And then when it broke out, now that becomes the support level right there, okay? So that's what you're looking for. If your price channel's lost, your 100 days lost, and this is lost, I just want to show you the targets that it can go all the way down. But right now, watch that 56,910 and watch that 100 SMA here and watch this 21-day. Now, again, that being said, if this holds, that could be a very good buying opportunity here to take it back up here, at least to this 8 SMA. So what we want to watch here on the upside is this 61,686. And then you want to watch that 21-day at 63,132. If you can get above that, Then what we do is you can follow these candles, okay? So you got 64, 835, and then we have right there, you have 66,015, and then 66,265 is your 50 SMA, okay? Very, very good. Again, if it comes down and you hold this price channel, okay, as that's laying down, that might be a good buying opportunity to go back up here. So never have an opinion and say, oh, it's going to come down here. I just like to show you where the next stops are in case you start losing all this, okay? But again, if you hold it, that could take us buying opportunity and take this right back up. Now, when you look at your RSI here, well, that could go either way, but this here is, this MACD is really oversold conditions, okay? So always keep that in mind. This is oversold, so this could have a pop right up here very easily. But right now, you want to watch at 8, you want to watch at 21, and then your big target is going to be right back there at 66,266. Now, again, if you break up, then we do is we start coming right to the top of here, that's 67,340, and then we just start layering it right back up here. See, that's 71,805, and then we come layer it back up there, 73,380, and then your big retest is 74,415, okay? So always watch it. Now, another key level that you want to watch is this 8 SMA that's rolling over, because you can see now where you're going into it, but you can't get above. So you really have to crack that 65,495. That's going to be very, very key. Then we have that 50-day up there, okay? So just be patient if you're trading this, but just always look at the signs here where you see this, and this is starting to get oversold conditions here, so where this could pop up very, very nicely and rally on up here. So just watch these price channels, very, very key, okay? And watch that 100-day, and then watch this 21-day for support. If it holds it, that'd be a buying opportunity, take it back up, and then watch these key levels on the upside as for targets, because you can see right into it, you can't get over that 21-day. Even though you cross the 8, very, very difficult. Okay, next thing we're going to take a look here is the guy at Tesla. Okay, here we have Tesla. Now, speaking of flim-flam, man, okay, now I'm a fan of Elon Musk, but to be honest with you, over the years here, I'm just losing the confidence in what's going on here, okay? Now, he had a big 14,000 people that he laid off from the company, trying to reorganize and all this kind of stuff, and I get that. The problem is that now when you do that, you cause a disarray inside your company, because they're always thinking, is he going to have another layoff? Am I next? You know, are they going to put the effort into it of what you're still doing? That's a very, very key level. Another thing he's under investigation is on this automated vehicle, self-driving vehicle. So the government is, investigating him on that. And then the third thing is, this popped up here on the earnings, okay? You had all the way from the bottom, ran up. But if you look at the earnings, I'll put it crudely, but the earnings were shit. Okay, I mean, you're declining in sales, you're declining in revenue. Now, everything is what they're doing is they're basing Tesla on 2025 on hopes and dreams. Okay, so in August here, he's going to have that robo-taxi. Yeah, but is he going to have a fleet of them, or is he just going to have one like they had the Cybertruck? Okay, that's the key. Oh, all right, see, that's what you got to look at. And another thing he's talking about, he's going to have a car. First of all, he's going to have a car that's for $25,000. Then he canceled all that. Now it's going to be coming back. Well, let me tell you something. You're losing money on your cars right now. So you're going to try to produce a car for $25,000. The only way you can do this and make this work is you're going to have government subsidies for him to make any kind of money on this. Other than that, I don't see it. Now, the charging system, they kind of gave to everybody else a little bit of scroogey here on all the Ford, GM who signed a deal with him once he collected the money here from the government. Now, it's not going to be the same, the charging system. People are not going to be able to hook up to it. There's going to be higher costs and everything like this and certain times and everything. So I don't know. It's going to be very, very limited. So I'm just kind of losing. So I told you when we had a rally up. Now, again, I can say that because I made a lot of money off of this stock here over the years. Okay, and I tried, I got it here. I sold it all the way up here. So I made money on the stock. But I told you when this runs up, this is going to be a really, really good shorting opportunity. Okay, so always remember that's what I say, coach. When it rallied up here, you went right into the 100-day. Okay, this is why you trade the charts. Then it came down. Now there was that gap. Now you can see where it filled this first gap. Okay, so 172.12 now that is filled, and you're holding this 21-day. The key I want to show you here is now there is another gap here. Okay, so you want to watch this low 157.51, and then we want to watch this high at 147.26. There's your gap. There's your fill. And then we have another retest all the way down here. I still don't like when you look at this weekly chart, you got a high, lower high, lower high, lower high, and now she's going to go right back on down here. If you lose that 138 right there, 101.81 is, okay, that's where she's going. It's just that simple, okay? So for this to get going again, you got to get back above this 50-day, 171.83, and you have to get above this 8-day at 177.40. If you can, then you can start rattling off here, but then your target is going to be right there at that 200-day at 192.69. Just like it went there, the same thing is going to go right here, okay? If you get above, then you go to 198.87. But, you know, what's going on here with the investigations, China, that BYD is just kicking his ass. You know, you laid off 14,000 people. You kind of disruption there. You're talking about selling dreams of, you know, year 2025, maybe 2026, 27 there. You know, I'm a trader. I want results like right now, ASAP here. Okay, so if you're trading this and it loses this 21 SMA, always watch this gap, watch that fill, watch that retest. That retest is gone. There's your target right there. Okay, upside, watch that 50-day, watch that 8 SMA. If you get above that, then you have your 100-day sitting right there, which is going to be a brick wall, and then right above it is 198.87. Okay, that's what I got for you. A little natty gas, a little crude, a little Bitcoin, and a little bit of Tesla. So, you know, just from free advice here, you know, trade what is in front of you. Don't trade what you want, okay? Tesla is the perfect example of it. Oh, this is going right up to there. This is going right here, okay? That's not what happened, okay? Trade what is exactly what is in front of you. If it's a long, then it's a long. If it's a short, then it's a short, okay? That thing. And stay away from anybody who established themselves in the Bahamas wearing shorts and a t-shirt. Never going to work. Stick with the big boys. Do your own homework, okay? Investigate if you're going to put your money with somebody, exactly where it's going to go, what their track record is, and, you know, all that. That's some free advice. And if you want to skip all that nonsense, do what I do, trade the charts. You don't need anybody. All the hours, lines on paper. It does not lie. Okay, thanks for watching.